Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. It is currently Saturday, September 30th, and this is episode 2 of Chasing Trifecta. So it is currently 4:30 in the morning. I just woke up. The plan for today is to eat breakfast and then go out and I got a workout today that calls for 8 miles, and then I'm gonna do like a upper body style Metcon because today is Saturday. And like I said in my previous video, Saturdays are my long runs, and then I'm still ironing out my training program that I'm gonna be doing once I hit the 12-week mark of the Trifecta. But in this video, I am going to be also talking to you guys about 2 things that I did yesterday that I have not done in a very long time. I don't remember when the last time I did one of them. I can't even remember when I did either of them. It's been so long. So I'm going to go make my breakfast, and then I'm going to let it digest, and then I will go out to my garage gym, get started with the workout, and let you know what those 2 things were. So breakfast is done, and for breakfast today I had a bagel and a half, a full banana, some honey, and some peanut butter. So you guys have seen that breakfast before, however the portion size increased, and there's a reason for that. So I weighed in this morning at 200.3 pounds. So I'm still sitting at that 200 pound mark. And the reason why is because one of the things that I am doing that I have not done in I don't know how long, it's probably been years, is I am currently on a bulk. That is right. So I've been in a diet phase, a cut phase for a very long time, probably like months, and I could feel my body kind of plateauing. So I was consuming basically anywhere from 2,000 to 2,200 calories a day, and my weight loss kind of just plateaued. And I just wasn't feeling like how I should be. I didn't really have that much energy. I kind of felt like I was just kind of going through the motions, and I hate that feeling. So this is obviously the Trifecta series. So my Trifecta is going to be January 27th. Well, I'm not going to start the 12-week program until I want to say the 1st or 2nd week of November. So as of right now, my plan is for the next 4 weeks to be in a bulk. So this bulking thing is kind of difficult for me, and it's not difficult for like the eating part. The eating part is very easy. I could eat all day, every day, and I'd be fine. So right now I'm consuming about 3,500 calories, 3,400 calories, somewhere around there. I'm taking in about 207 grams of protein, 429 carbs, and then 112 grams of fat. That's where I'm kind of playing around right now to see how my body feels. Now I've done this for 2 days now, I want to say, and I feel good. Like I have a lot of energy. I feel like I'm sleeping better. And then I'm not constantly hungry throughout the day. Like I'm able to fuel my workout. Like I've had a lot of carbs this morning, and then I have my pre-workout, which is going to have more carbs. So the fueling for my workouts has been really nice. But what's going to be hard for me, and the reason why I usually don't bulk is, and again, this is something I got to mentally wrap my head around, is I know it's a process, and that's what I got to focus on. I hate being fluffy. If you guys have been following me for a long time, I hate the way I look when I'm like fluffy. I don't like the way I feel at the end of the day. I'll be honest with you. I like the way I look at like 195, 190. I like when I'm cutting. I feel like I look like a superhero / Spartan, which is just something I've always wanted to look like. And then when I bulk, which I haven't done in a very long time, but I can already see it for the past 2 days, I start getting fluffy. Even though I feel better, I don't really like the way I look. So the eating part is going to be very easy. Consuming 3,500 calories, I could do that all day. The hard part is going to be able to realize that I have to do this for 4 weeks because it will pan out in the long run, and use the discipline to actually push through. The hard part's going to be the hard parts for me is going to be basically saying, screw this, I'm going back to cutting, I don't like the way I look. So to do that for 4 weeks, that's going to be something that I'm going to have to wrap my head around. But my thought process is why I'm actually doing this is 4 weeks, I'm going to replenish everything, get a lot of food, a lot of carbs, everything, get my body used to consuming a lot. And then what my plan is to the first 4 weeks, I'll basically break it down. So once the actual 12-week program starts, I'm probably going to cut back week by week as I get closer to the race so that I'm still fueling properly. But then by race day, my goal is again to be 190. But I'm also going to check and probably get an in-body scan to see at the beginning of the 12 week what my actual body fat percentage is, and then I'll do it at the end of the 12 weeks. So again, I'm finalizing my 12-week program, which I will give access to you guys once I launch my website and everything, so that you guys, if you want to, you could follow along. But I'm pretty excited for that. So anyways, let's get into the actual workout part of the day. All right, so as you can see, it is 5:52, so I'm running a little bit behind as for what my pre-workout is going to be. So the plan, we'll see how it goes. You know me, I make a plan and sometimes you gotta adjust it. So the plan, do my morning cardio or my morning routine, daily devotional, Bible in a year, and then I finished that one book that I wasn't crazy about, and I'm reading a new book which I absolutely like. It's called The Comfort Crisis. It's legit, you should read it. And so I'm gonna do that. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna probably go straight into a 4-mile run. Then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna jump into an upper body Metcon. Once I'm done with that, then I'm gonna jump into another 4-mile run. So it's gonna be a nice little toasty workout. I may do the run outside. It's starting to get cold here in Southern California. When I say cold, like 54 degrees. So depending on where you're at, you might be looking at me like, hey Bryce, you're a sissy. 54 degrees is nothing. But anyways, it's time to fuel up. And let's get this workout started. All right, 40 minutes of morning routine done. So now I'm gonna go out and hit a 4-mile run outside. I don't know what the weather is like outside. I will not know until I open the garage. But I am prepared. I brought out a sweatshirt just in case it is a little bit nippy. But I'd like to run out on the streets. But I totally forgot to tell you guys, since the last video, my last video I was talking about possibly signing up for another DECA event. Well, your boy did it. And I filmed when I was doing it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little flashback right now to show you what it looked like when I decided to sign up for my next DECA race, and how it's gonna be working on October 8th, which is technically like 8 days out. So we're gonna go back in time right now. In 3, 2, 1.
It is official, babe. I will be going to Valhalla. Twice. Now I gotta start your... Why is there a naked baby running through our house?
Come on, Mama.
She's so fast when she's naked.
She's fast no matter what.
Oh, alright. Alright, so it is official. I will be going to Valhalla on October 8th. And I am not going to be going alone. I will be going with my dad. That is right. I have just signed up for a DECA Strong team. And my dad's going to be my partner. So I am super pumped right now, because I think it's going to be a legit, like, very fun event for me and my dad. So I'm pretty pumped. So in my last video I was talking about how I was possibly going to be doing another DECA event on October 8th. And after just talking to my dad right now, it was pretty much a go for us. I mentioned it to him last time when he was at my event, and it was cool because he was like thinking he had that look on his face, like he had the itch to do one of these events. And when I told him that you can do them like as a partner, as a team, and we just split it up, each of the stations, he seemed to be getting that itch. So I was excited. So he was like, let's do it. So I said, all right, cool. So I signed up for the Deca Strong, and this is the best part. This is why I think I got him hooked, because obviously we're like huge Viking fans, and you'll never guess where this race or event is being held. And when I looked it up, because I was searching for my next event, I saw on October 8th in Burbank, California, this one is being held on Valhalla, aka where Vikings go when they die. So when I saw that, I'm like, dude, we got to do that. We could say we are going to Valhalla. So that is right. John and me will be going to Valhalla, but we're going to be switching our names. He's going to be Odin, and I'm going to be Thor, due to the fact he is my dad, and I am his son, and Thor's dad was Odin, and Odin's son was Thor. Hence, Odin and Thor. So I'm pretty excited about that. So what we're going to be doing is we signed up for our event. Starts at 10, and it's going to be the teams. So the way it works, from what I understand, he does 5 stations, I do 5 stations, and then it's a wrap. We both get our own medal, our own t-shirt. So it'll be a super cool experience. And then to just, you know, have that DBA mindset, I decided I'm going to run it back with the Deca Mile. So as soon as I finish the Deca Strong, my Deca Mile will start at 11 o'clock. So I'm going to be doing what I did last week, but again. And this time I'm going to shoot for a faster time than 27:01. So we shall see. So tomorrow I think my dad is actually going to come over and we're going to actually walk through. He's a little nervous about the box jumps over, or step overs, but he found out it's only 20 inches, so he's pretty confident of that. But he's going to come over tomorrow. So we're going to kind of plan out how we're going to break this up into 10 stations. But I'm excited. It got me. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. It has me. I'm excited. That is what I'm trying to say. To take on the Deca Strong in Valhalla, California, aka Burbank. Alright, so now you guys are up to speed. So yes, on October 8th, I'm going to be doing 2 Deca races. I'm going to be doing the Deca Strong with my dad, which I'm super pumped about. We're basically going to split it. We've never done this before. He's never done one, but I'm super excited just the fact that he's signed up for one. He's basically been training for it this week. He's come over to my house a couple times, done different training blocks, I guess you could say, that I've given him. I'm hoping that we have our schedules line up this week, that we could actually run through it together. Just practice, obviously, because basically from what I read, I do an exercise and then you have to touch hands basically to pass the baton. So then he'll do the next exercise. And we kind of broken it up, how we're going to do it. I think it's a good plan. We'll see. Obviously, it's just I think we're both just super excited to get out there and compete together. I've never done any type of competition with my dad. So it will be definitely a fun time. So I'm excited for that. Once we finish the Strong, then I want to say an hour later or 30 minutes later, I will be going back into the Deca Mile. So I'm going to be doing 2 Deca events in one day, which I'm super excited about. It should be pretty difficult, but I should come home with 2 medals, and I'm hoping the Deca Strong is almost like a warm-up, because I'll get to do a couple of the exercises, go through them, even have rest in between because my dad will be doing them. And then when the Deca Mile comes around, I'm hoping that I'm pretty fresh. The only downside about this race that I'm not excited for is Cassie and Adeline are not able to make it. Cassie works that day, and then Adeline is going to be watched by Cassie's mother so that my mom can go down and watch her man compete in the Deca Strong. So I am excited for that, but I am going to be bummed that I will not have my support crew with me as I travel to the gates of Valhalla. So it's going to be a fun time. Anyways, so I'm technically training for that, but that's another hard part that I have to wrap my head around. I would like to look a certain way come race day. However, I know that's not going to happen because I'm bulking right now. So there's a chance I'm going to be well over 200 pounds when the race comes up, and I'll even see how I do. The Deca Strong, I may not do that well since I'm sitting at 200 pounds, or who knows, maybe I'll do way better because I have more carbs, more energy, and so forth. So anyways, it's 6:30. It is time to hit the streets, and then I will catch up with you guys when I come back inside for the upper body Metcon.
Oh, getting too old. So, running is done, but I did my new leg workout, I think on Thursday? Yeah, I did it on Thursday, and it's a new leg workout, and I am definitely feeling it today. So, I may have to move my leg day in this programming just because Saturdays are obviously brutal, but I may keep it for a while just so that I could get used to training and running and doing a Saturday workout with fatigued, sore legs. Oh goodness. It's all cold out there. It's stupid hot in the Agoge. So let's recap of how I did on this 4-mile run. Like I said, I think I'm like obviously I just finished and I'm talking fine. And I think my heart rate was pretty low the entire time. That's the only thing that is good about colder weather, is your heart rate's a lot lower than when it's like 100 degrees outside. So let's see how your boy did. So outdoor run, I ran 4.01 miles. Took me 37 minutes and 28 seconds. I burnt 518 calories at a 9 minute 20 second per mile pace. And then my average heart rate was 153 beats per minute. So since I am 33, I would like to have my heart rate at about 147. But I didn't have my heart rate monitor on, I just had my Apple Watch. And that's not the most accurate. So, but again, it's just feedback. It is what it is. Like if I'm using the same form of measurement every single time, and like say next time it reads 156. Is it 156? Doesn't matter, but it means that my heart rate was higher than normal. If it's lower, say I'm running at 147, it might not actually be 147, but again, it's giving me the same reading from the same type of measurement. That's my thought process. So you don't need all the nicest gear just to track your stuff. Obviously it's nice to have that stuff, but like even if your scale that you step on every single day isn't accurate, say it's off by like 5 pounds or 3 pounds, whatever it is, if you're using that same scale every single day, then if that scale changes, then you know your body weight changed. It may not be the accurate body weight, but your body weight's changing, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna jump into this 30-minute EMOM. Again, it's upper body, so I'm focusing on more. I'm not really focusing on arms, but I'm gonna be focusing on chest, shoulders, and back. And what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose 6 exercises, and I'm gonna do basically 5 rounds of it. So it should come out to 30 minutes. I'm probably gonna do 2 chest, or I might do one chest, 2 shoulders, 2 back, and then burpees. Because burpees kind of is like a chest thing, chest and shoulders. So I'm gonna end with burpees. So 5 rounds. I know for sure I'm gonna be doing 30 burpees so that by the end I've done 150 burpees. Again, every time I do a Spartan race, like I said in my previous video, I usually fail 5 obstacles, or I don't complete 5 obstacles. Therefore, I have to do 150 burpees. So I'm trying to get used to doing 150 burpees. So I'm gonna choose my 5 workouts, my 5 exercises, along with burpees. And we're gonna jump into this EMOM. And I'm sure it's gonna suck. Oh, as for supplements, so I did another scoop of Megawatt. I did another scoop of Intra-Formance, so I got more carbs, and then I did 1 packet of Phorm's hydration sticks, so electrolytes, because I just sweat a bunch. I'm gonna sweat a bunch, and then I'm gonna go run and sweat a bunch. So I need to replenish my electrolytes. I wanted a little bit more caffeine in me, and then obviously some more carbs in me. So if you guys are interested in the supplements, I'll put the link in the description below. Obviously, if anything you buy helps support the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. And it tastes delicious, so that's what I do. But let's get into this.
We about to turn it on. about to turn it up. Turn it. We about to turn it up.
Upper body Metcon is done. So I had to make a couple adjustments as I was going through the Metcon, just because that's, again, the whole point of trying out these workouts is I'm trying to finalize what I think is going to be the best training program to get me ready for the Trifecta. So I made some adjustments, meaning I modified the rep range. 30 burpees takes way too long to do in 1 minute. So, and what I'm doing now, instead of doing 30 burpees on the last minute, I'm doing 12 burpees, because that roughly takes me about 43 seconds, 45 seconds, which means I only have about 15 seconds left before I had to jump into the power cleans. So I'm pretty gassed. And then to do almost like a full body explosive workout like a power clean, it felt good. I definitely feel a little sore in my shoulder, but I think that might be the Metcon that I keep for the 12-week program. Again, I may try out a different one next week. Basically, the next 4 weeks during this bulk, I'm gonna be testing out different days, different workout splits, and go from there. Which leads me into the second thing I did yesterday for the first time in a very long time. I actually don't even remember the last time I did it, let alone scheduled it. Cassie was even very shocked when I told her, hey, I did this yesterday. So yesterday was my first rest day that I actually scheduled. Meaning, I've been feeling fatigued, I've been feeling burnt out, I've been feeling tired. And last time I was feeling this way, I think it was 2 years ago, I ended up with pneumonia and I ended up in the hospital. So I'm listening to my body this time, and I'm trying to figure out why I'm kind of plateaued, why I'm feeling this way mentally. And I think what it is I'm just been going for so long, waking up early for so long, being in a calorie deficit for so long, being sleep deprived for such a long time. And that's one of the things I really need to focus on is rest and recovery. So the recovery part is obviously the part of my bulking stage. So I'm increasing my calories. I haven't had consumed 3,500 calories except for like my cheat days in a very long time, let alone 3,500 calories for 4 weeks straight. So I'm hoping that will help me recover and replenish not only just my muscles, but me mentally. And then the resting. Yesterday was very weird. I woke up at 5 o'clock as opposed to 3 o'clock, and I didn't work out. I came out here and still did my morning routine because I like doing the walking for 40 minutes. I like doing the daily devotional. I like reading my Bible, and I like getting personal development in. So I really just fortified my mind. But instead of 40 minutes, I just did 60 minutes. So I was just walking for 60 minutes while I was doing all that. And then as soon as I was done, I just went inside. So I think I only hit like 10,000 steps yesterday, but that was my goal. I know it's kind of weird, but my goal was to relax, recover, and not actually work out yesterday, which was very hard for me because I have been working out every day, 7 days a week for probably 6 months now. I don't actually remember the last time I took a rest day. So Cassie was even shocked. She said when she saw me still sleeping at 5 o'clock, she almost woke me up like, hey, are you supposed to be up? But no, I scheduled. So as of right now, I plan on actually having 2 rest days. I don't know how I'm gonna force myself to do that. 2 rest days, Friday and Monday. So we'll see. So actually I woke up today feeling a little bit better, besides my legs being sore from my leg workout. But again, I'm all about trial and error. I'm trying to figure out the ways to become the best version of myself and also perform the best. So we'll see. Like I said, as of right now, I have 2 rest days planned in, and then I am gonna be on a bulk, 3,500 calories, probably for 4 weeks, and see where I'm at. So I'm gonna probably be keeping my shirt on a lot more, just because, like I said, I don't really like the way I look at being this fluffy. But my plan, my goal, and my theory is that by doing this, I should be able to bring the best package when it comes to January 27th, completing the Trifecta. Not only feeling good mentally, but also physically, and then also being able to perform at a high rate. Because when I did the Spartan Beast last November, I think it was, I was burnt out. By the end of the 12 weeks, I was burnt out. I kind of just wanted the race to be done. So my goal for this time is to, like I said, be mentally ready to go, and then obviously rested, recovery, all that stuff. So it's gonna be a trial and error process for the next 4 weeks. I'm hoping that I could dial it in so that when I start the 12-week program, I could be locked in for 12 weeks and not burn myself out, especially through like the holidays, because it will start November, which means it's gonna go through my daughter's birthday. It's gonna go through Thanksgiving. It's gonna go through Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and then the Trifecta on the 27th. So anyways, I'm done with my Metcon. Now I got 4 easy miles. So again, I'm gonna do this on the treadmill just so I can focus on my pace, focus on keeping my heart rate at a steady point, and then I'll catch up with you guys when I'm done with my 4 miles. All right, so just finished my 4 miles. Definitely feeling it because I am absolutely starving, but I built up a good amount of momentum for today, got a lot of steps in, got 8 miles in, and then obviously got my workout in. So gonna go in, refuel, take a shower, relax, and then Cassie and I got some shopping to do today because I am hoping that I can find a new pair of running shoes. I appreciate everybody who has given me suggestions in my last video. So far I've heard Brooks, I've heard Saucony's or Saucony's, however you say it. Both of those I've heard from multiple people that those are the go-to shoes. So I'm hoping that I can find a pair that I like and then possibly get and start using those for this Trifecta training that I will be doing. So anyways, that pretty much wraps up this video. Again, the next couple weeks, obviously next week I will be filming. I don't know if you'll get it because the race is on Sunday. So I'll probably have a full day of eating to show you guys what I'm going to be doing or what I'm going to be consuming for the next 4 weeks. And then my following video will probably be a recap video of the Deca Strong Deca Mile that I do with my dad. And then I will basically start probably going into what my routine's gonna look like, training split, all that stuff for this Trifecta series that I will be doing. So I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate all the feedback that I've been getting from you guys. Appreciate the comments. I really like obviously connecting with you guys. Appreciate the support. A lot of you guys are giving me positive feedback on you appreciate what I'm doing. So I really do appreciate that because obviously that's the whole reason I do all this stuff is just to get out content, connect with you guys, and then help you guys achieve any goal that you're trying to do. So I am very excited to do the race next week with my dad though. So I'm focused on that. But once I finish that, I have one more thing that I'm pretty much 95% sure I will announce after I do my Deca of the event that I'm planning on doing in November. However, I'm deathly afraid of it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to pull the trigger. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because in a couple weeks I will announce what I'm doing in November. And then once I finish the November challenge, then it's pretty much straight locked in for the Trifecta. So I'm going to be doing a couple things as I chase this Trifecta and train for the Trifecta, but this will still be called the Trifecta series. So also took a progress pic of where I'm at right now and do not like the way I look at 200 pounds, but I'm gonna force myself to just stick to the process. This is really hard for me, if you guys can't tell. But I'm gonna trust the process, I'm gonna stick to the process, and hopefully achieve the look, performance, and mentality that I am looking for when I complete the Trifecta. So anyways, appreciate you guys. Make sure you comment below if you guys have any questions you guys need answered. Make sure you guys like the channel, share this video if you guys know anybody that wants to follow along. And you guys already know the motto, stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. I will catch you guys in the next one.